Have you ever found yourself blessed, full of random abundance, like a prayer that you've been begging the divine for has finally been answered, but you're, a realistic spiritualist like myself, and you're trying to recall what you did that might be responsible for this blessing that's just fallen on your lap. So you go through your journals trying to figure out, what the fuck did you do? You want to know because you want it to repeat. If it was a spell, if it was a prayer, if it was a ritual, if it was something that actually was the reason for this abundance, you want to note that shit. Well, I recently have become in this situation. I went through a period of such hardship and pain. I was on my knees every day. And I did a few things. Just throwing shit to the wind. I would try anything for abundance and blessings in my life to be turned around. I did a money spell from the amazing Bahati Life, Jessica. And I still remember where I buried that jar in my backyard. And literally 6 months later, abundance just plopped on my lap. A 6-figure job, security, just money flowing into my bank account. Shit just turned around with the blink of an eye. And now I find myself wanting to know exactly what thing I did is the reason for this. Because everything is a reaction to something. There is just no chance. There's just no random. Every action you take contributes to your future. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I did about 6-8 months ago that might be the reason for massive, unbelievable abundance and luck to fall in my lap and in my life. This is why, straight out the door, this is why it's so important to journal your life. Journal exactly your emotions, what you're going through, the things you're going to try, so you can go back and connect the dots. Luckily, I did just that. As I'm going back, this is my manifestation journal. February 2025. I'll be fighting for something. Could be celebration, others in same situation. Something could be taken back or delayed. Someone offers me something. I'll want the truth because of sensing dishonesty. Confirming regardless, I'll have more than enough. Things will get easier. I want to give up, but I refuse. I am a senior, and I give my title. I am I am gonna get this job that will bring in 6 figures. Money will flow. My family will be blessed. They will call me. They will offer this to me. I deserve this. I'm finally ready. I have learned all the lessons God has wanted me to learn. That fell through because I focused on a specific employer. Fast forward to today, I was offered that exact job, position, and abundance. My family was blessed. Money started to flow. I get to enjoy my children longer. I get to enjoy the money. I get to not have to worry about covering bills or saving enough for vacation. I'm letting go of the past pain and hurt and drama and fear. Money will be flowing. Speak as if I have it today, now. It all gives me what I need. Now, mind you, I was in such deep pain, but I still stopped and wrote exactly what I deserve. April 28, 25. I know I need to be still and know that it's mine. I know that God will deliver the job that my family deserve and need. And when I stop sitting by the phone and email waiting patiently, that's when things will come together. Father, you will give me abundance. The job I was meant to have, that will be mine. Major victory after a major ending. I sit here on my porch overlooking the beautiful Cascades in the moody Pacific Northwest skies, hearing spring, sparrows singing, hummingbirds buzzing next to my ear while I drink. My porch and garden is thriving. The herbs are growing. Regardless of this peace and beauty around me, I still sit here waiting on God to deliver me what's mine, to bless me. I've been rejected so many times, I've lost count. I've looked like a fool so many times in interviews, been rejected on things that I, if anything, was overqualified for. I still pray, and I still hope that God will rescue and deliver me what is mine. What hurts the most is the false alarms, the teasing, the close calls, the possibilities, the almost, the rejections. I land every interview I apply for but get rejected every time. It's worse to just not even get the interview to begin with than feeling the rejection so much. But I guess to be always invited to sit at the table amongst the best with the possibility of being chosen is such a rare compliment, an accomplishment in and of itself. Yes, I earned it, but that requires God to take me over that finish line, to be chosen to stand out alone amongst the greats. I think finally, for the first time in my life, I deserve everything I am demanding. I ended up getting the job offer of my dream by an international major company that you all would know if I said it. The amount of honor and responsibility and abundance, the shoulders I get to cross and rub, and the people I get to be amongst, the manager that gets to serve a team, the money that was just seemed so nonchalantly offered to me as if it was a low ball to me. But they had no idea that was mind-blowing. And having to play it off like it wasn't a big deal. I would pray nonstop. There was never a day where I would not be applying for positions. I never sat on my ass idly and allowed that self-defeating feeling succumb me. I prayed and begged and demanded what was mine. In every journal I can find during that period, I was demanding to give me the blessing that I earned and deserved at this point in my life. That I have paid my dues, served my time. But that shit is done, and I'm gonna take what I've earned. It took approximately 7 months for it to happen, from start to finish. From the beginning of the disappointment, the rejection, the torment, the pain, the unjustness of a situation, to get to amazing abundance. When you do a ritual, when you do a spell, when you do something, a prayer, daily rosary, whatever it is, you name your ritual. We all have it. Even Christians have rituals and spell work. They just, another video, I'll save that. When you do that and you approach it with such assurance and pride, but a humble pride, the righteous pride, the pride that only comes from someone who has been beaten and humiliated and left in the ditch, but still pulled themselves out of it, humbled themselves, took the consequences of all of their poor choices to become someone worthy. That is when you are allowed to take it by the throat and demand what's yours. Only then. I can't honestly say if it was the spell ritual that I did, or if it was pure determination of unrelinquishing any kind of weakness, of not giving up. Maybe it was both. But all I know is that is the secret sauce to getting what you deserve. Now, the thing that happens, the problem that occurs, is the people who think so highly of themselves, think they deserve everything, but yet didn't put in the work. That is typically the result of them not getting blessed and finding the abundance. If they didn't do everything I explained that I did, if they just sat on their ass and waited for it to come to the door and be spoon-fed to them, if they didn't learn from the wrong, misguided decisions and choices they made, if they didn't humble themselves, if they didn't learn to set their ego aside, but yet they still are angry and annoyed that they're not being blessed and having their manifestation come to pass, those are the ones that are hard to get through. But if you did the work, if you did the spiritual work and physical work, I'm a testament to tell you that it will come to pass. You have to be diligent, and you really have to come completely humble to the divine, but yet equally as powerful. You're not minimizing yourself. You're not minimizing who you are. You are approaching the divine and demanding what's yours because you know you served your time and you are allowed to be shoulder to shoulder with God. That is one thing the Christian church will probably never understand. They put their little Bible and religion in a box and they refuse to ever open that lid to realize that there might be things that have been missed by the human men and corrupt Catholic Church that put together what they call the Bible. And they're missing out on a lot of power. They're missing out on a lot of truths that they simply are rejecting because they're too afraid to realize that what they've been believing might not be the truth. It takes humility. It takes setting aside your ego. Two things that have to happen before what you desire will come to pass.